Well, how's it going? Welcome back. Today we're going to do a quick little overview on how to understand the depth chart or the bid sheets for Binance. You can use this for anything, really. If you're using it for stocks, day trading, you can basically use it to understand when you're buying or selling for day trades. We're going to use it right now to look at when you want to buy on a big purchase during a day like today when everything seems to be falling. Before we go any further, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a fiduciary. I'm just looking at a depth chart and talking about how to understand it. And here we go. Roll the intro. Okay, I've done a simple day trading video before and we didn't really cover the depth chart at all, but if we're looking at a depth chart, you can see it right now on my screen. First off, this is a free tool in Binance. If you can use it in the advanced or the basic exchange. So if you haven't already, you can sign up for Binance with the link in the window. My favorite exchange by far. Now, I'm looking at the depth chart just by clicking the depth chart right here, and I'm looking at the pairing of the USD Tether to Ether, and you can see right in the middle is the current price that the coin's at. And if you look to the left, these are all the buy orders. These are all the limit buy orders waiting. And if you look to the right, these are all the limit sell bids waiting. So you can use this when you're purchasing big purchases. You can use this when you want to see like where is this headed. Like right now, if I click over to the BTC USD, you can see, well, the market's been dropping a bunch and there's a big sell wall and a big buy wall. And so if I wanted to put a buy in right now, let's say I wanted to buy at 7.515 on Bitcoin, I would press buy, but if I bought 50 tokens, so these are basically waiting limit buys. You can see there's some people waiting to purchase 100 Bitcoin as soon as it gets down to whatever 7489. They have a limit at 7489. So you know there's 100 Bitcoins waiting to be purchased at that 7489, and here it is breaking at 7523. And looking the other direction, you can see there's a big wall right here. It's pretty much a wall all the way up, but the biggest one's right here. You can see there's a lot of people waiting at 7552 to sell. So you can see the coins bouncing between these two numbers back and forth. Right now, there's a lot of people looking to buy at these low numbers, and that kind of it'll force the bids up for current bidders to possibly support this current price. So it looks like right now the coin is going to hit a little bit of a growth. So it did. It just hit a little bit of a growth. And then you can see the sell wall kind of picked up and it had a little bit of a loss. And it goes back and forth. And if you're looking to swing trade or day trade, you can use the depth chart to see how much resistance is happening on either side of the buy. Like if we go back to the Ether chart, it danced below 600 and you're thinking like, I want to buy a few Ether. If you wanted to guarantee your buy right now, you would just buy it at full market cost. You wouldn't care, you just buy it right now. But if you're playing the game of trying to like get that low price, then you would probably put your price right here in front of this wall, in front of the sell wall, which just disappeared. They canceled that order. So this sell wall right here now of 582, you could put yours in at 583 and your order would be filled first. You'd be 583, you'd be in, and it's at 584 right now. And you can see the other direction. If you were trying to sell, you can see, well, you guys sell right below this wall maybe, so you would sell 5887 and then your order would be filled, or you'd sell before this wall hit, which if it's big enough, if it's a big enough order of like 500, you can see the orders are pretty high here. The 500 tokens, if that's a huge sell at 500 and it goes through, that could affect the price. So you could know that looking over here, you're like, well, if I see a huge buy wall at a certain price, I want to get in right before it, because as soon as that buy wall goes through and all that money floods through, it might affect the price. It might run up if it's a big enough purchase. So you can see we have some pretty high levels of depth right here in the trades. And you go look at Binance right here, you can look at BTC has almost no volume in it at all. There's no volume in BTC. Any volume is just people acquiring small alts right now. The BTC, Ether, BNB, none of them have any volume in them really. All the volume right now is in the stablecoin pairing. So the USD Tether has $327 million in volume in Bitcoin moving, $150 million in Ethereum moving. So that volume, that amount of volatility inside that volume is what people are probably doing all day today is trading these purchases. So it's pretty easy to see. Well, you want to play the game. You know, you'd probably want to buy into Ether right here at like 582, and if you hit that 582, you would turn around and try to sell it right before this wall at 588. And you just kind of go back and forth doing that as long as you cover the cost of your trade. Both these coins are just going up and down too. Like they're just all over the place, up and down, because you have huge purchases coming in and out. I mean, hundreds of Bitcoins waiting to be sold right here. So you can see the BTC to USD tether pairing. There's a huge buy wall just shooting up this direction as you drop down to 748. But even bigger is the sell wall at 7.475. At 7.56 is a huge sell wall. Hundreds of tokens trying to still be sold at this price. If you're looking to make a big purchase, like if you went to the market today and you were like, oh dear Lord, every coin's dropping. Oh my God, I want to buy something. I want to buy. And you're like, well, I don't know what to buy, and I don't know when to buy it. Well, it's hard to call the bottom. It's hard to be like, well, it dropped all the way. I mean, you still don't even know. Right now, it looks like they've turned back. You had Ripple hit 59 cents, Ethereum hit 575, you had Bitcoin hit 7449, you had Bitcoin Cash hit 996. And it looked like the bottom because they came back, but you really don't know for sure. And it's hard to tell, especially when you look and you see hundreds of limit sells waiting to happen just on Binance. We're just looking at Binance. So understanding the depth chart is important. Looking at the depth chart before you make big purchases, I think, is important. Looking at the depth chart when you're doing day trading is important. So depth chart analysis, this is what this video is. And just to break it down again for you, so if you didn't catch it or if you need to catch up, a reminder, we have the current trading price at 716 right here in the middle. And you can see all the limit buys waiting right here, this direction, headed up and up and up and into the hundreds, down at 7446. And in the same idea, you have a limit sell. So you have people looking to limit sell. And if you look right now, the limit sell wall is a little higher than the limit buy wall. So every time someone who's not, usually newbies or novice traders, they don't buy with limits. They just rush in and buy with FOMO. My little brother, I love him to death, but he does that a lot. I tell him about coins and he's like, oh, okay, cool. But then he waits and he sees it running and he's like, oh, it's popular. It's running right now. I better buy it. So he's not using limit buys to buy when it's, when it's low. He's just rushing to buy it when everybody else is buying it. And a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are probably buying it right now and selling it right now, not using limits just because they're novices in the market. And you can see it's kind of evened out right now, but you can see there's a big sell wall. And knowing that there's a big sell wall there and seeing the sell wall grow and the buy wall drop means, what does it mean? It means potentially the coin will drop more. So as much as I want to call a bottom, and I'd love to be able to just say, like, here's how you call the bottom on a coin so you can get the best price every time, it's really hard to do. It's hard to do. A lot of people just buy every dip. I know one of my favorite Bitcoiners, Andreas Antonopoulos, he just says he buys all the time in every dip. And Bitcoin right now is dancing around its low price of 7.449. It's within $70 of that, so not that big a difference. Ethereum's dancing around 583. Its lowest price was 7.567, so within $20 of that. Not that big a change. In reality, not that big a change. So if you're just a novice purchaser and you run in and you're like, well, fuck it, I'm buying at market cost because that's cool. It's not that big a deal, honestly. It's fine. You don't really have to worry about all the technicals. But if you're really looking to understand and improve your day trading, or if you're really looking to understand when the best time to buy is, understanding the tools that are at your disposal for free in Binance is one of the best things you can do. And the depth chart is a very powerful tool. You can see all these limit sells waiting to happen in Bitcoin Cash right here at 115. So you know, well, I would love to buy it right now at 1008, but I know when people do buy it right now at 1008 and 1005 and 6, it's going to push it up to 115, and then there's a huge sell wall. Maybe I'll be able to get it at 997. But again, this is very time intensive. I'm probably not going to keep doing this. After I end this video, I'm probably gonna go and eat these tacos that I just got and watch a show with my boo. So it takes time to be able to watch these charts and be able to make intelligent decisions just off this data. Most people aren't going to do that. Most people are going to be like, oh, it's down for the day. It's down inside 24 hours. It's down. I'll buy it. I don't care. But looking to move towards doing more of these day trading videos for you guys and looking to explain these tools so you guys have a better understanding of how to make money on these small moves, because really you want to make money every move you make. That's how you can really benefit yourself, even if it's a small swing trade or a day trade inside the volatility of the sell-off. Looking to make money, you got to understand the tools you use. As much as I want to coach you and tell you all the specifics, you really need to get in there and learn for yourself and really refine the process so you can know how to make quick decisions on your own because there's no rules. There's always just a bunch of indicators that you learn how to use, but there's no golden rule. It's always just playing it fresh every day and looking at what you know and what's worked. So looking to making a big buy today, go check out the depth chart. It's just inside that moment we were talking, it looks like there's a big buy wall now at 999 on Bitcoin Cash. So it was definitely a good day to buy if you were looking to buy. Just looking to show you guys how to understand the depth chart and how that can benefit you. So depth chart analysis on Binance, there you go. That's it. And if you haven't already, Binance is obviously amazing for numerous reasons, because of the low fees in trades and because of the beautiful, working, powerful program they have, but also the free tools that they have just with the basic level of their program, the depth chart being a very powerful one. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, click that like button, show your support, and as always, have a great day until I see you next time.
Brought to you by your team.